one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Or should I say, my name is 101R Smith, and today we will be looking at the Master Grade Justice Gundam. Justice Gundam is the second of Athern's Gundams that appear in the second half of Gundam SEED, and is the sister unit to the Freedom Gundam. Freedom, Justice, and eventually Providence were developed using the reverse engineer technology off of the Duel, Blitz, Buster, and Aegis Gundams that were stolen in Episode 1 of Gundam SEED. Justice is definitely one of my favorite suits of Athern's, mainly because it has enough balance not to be a melee focused one like the Infinite Justice, but can definitely hold its own with almost any Gundam, save for the Providence. Definitely, I feel it's probably his best suit, and I'm so happy that after 14 years, it finally came out as a Master Grade. To think after 15 years of Gundam SEED, we're still getting Master Grades. It definitely is a telling sign that SEED is still popular in the Gunpla and Gundam community, whether you like it or not. Me, I'm okay with it. But let's just open a box and see what we have here. Opening up the box, and I'm happy to say that almost every single color in this kit has its own piece. No painting other than clear parts. I'm also happy to see that the backpack has its own inner frame. Not only that, but most of the parts that make up the backpack and most of the gloss brown parts in this kit are undergated, which makes building this a lot easier. Unfortunately, it reuses the same inner frame parts as Freedom 2.0 and Providence, including the same hip connection, so please be cautious as you're building this, or else you can break the connection to the legs. Otherwise, this is your standard modern day Master Grade. So let's see what it looks like. And now we have the Justice Gundam in all of its glory. It may be a bit simple in terms of building, but it's definitely one of the most detailed Gundams I've ever built. A lot of opportunity here for panel lining, and the color separation is on point with definitely every piece its own separate thing. Not a sticker or anything outside of the clear pieces. And even that you can paint as I did here. And you could do that as well. So, now that we know that it looks good, let's see what it can do in terms of posing. But first, I gotta get it down the action base because it can't stand with that backpack on. Now that we got it down and off the backpack, let's see what it can do in terms of articulation. First of all, the head can go up and down, and side to side. And as so long as you watch out for the collar, the head can go a full 360 degrees. The arm by itself can go about this high, but please be mindful of the V-fin. It pops out a lot in this kit. Justice also has the gimmick of moving the chest over so that you can get even more articulation out of the arms. The waist can go back and forth pretty well, so you can get some bending poses. With the legs, as I said before, you want to be cautious, but so long as you're cautious, you should be fine. You get a nice double jointed knee with the sliding armor going up and down as you move the leg. And if you pull down correctly, you can also get a nice split out of it as well. It's really nice what they were able to do with the legs, minus the connection. And a nice pointing down and up. So overall, I'll say the Justice Gundam has some pretty nice articulation on it. Your accessories here are your standard Gundam loadout with a shield, beam sabers, and beam rifle. Your beam sabers here are your standard beam sabers with a nice long beam effect part to it. But if you want to get cool with it, you can plug them together and go all Darth Maul with it. I will admit, it's not as impressive on the ground as it could be in the air. But still, if you want to do it on the ground, go for it. And they also have the nice compact where you can place the beam hilt on the side skirts. Next, you have the beam rifle and shield, which are basically the exact same as Freedom 2.0's, but just a color swap. They still work, and you can get some nice posing with it. And they've got some nice detail, especially on the back of the shield. But you're going to be taking a while when it comes to panel lining with the back of the shield. But it's ultimately worth it. You can get some impressive posing with each, whether on the ground or in the sky, which I love about beam saber and shields in all Gunpla. You can definitely get posing so long as you can think of it. One last accessory that you get is that you can pull this part off of the shoulder armor. You can use these hands exclusive to the Justice Gundam and use them as boomerangs. They come with their own beam effects, so you can definitely pull off a much better throwing pose than I could. Still, it's nice that you can do it, and definitely a precursor to the Infinite Justice's melee-oriented weapons. Now comes the main event, the backpack, and it's one of the best backpacks that I've ever built in Gundam. You just put in, and there you go. You got the Justice ready to go by itself and ready to fight some nasty druggies. Or, if you want to go guns blazing, it lets you do that, and it still plugs into the backpack pretty well. And allows you to get some nice firing poses with the turrets on the wings that are also posable by themselves. Finally, for some awesome posing, you can get the Justice to stand on the backpack and really get some nice firing poses, just like in the TV show or even Battle Assault 3. For a size comparison, we have Justice Gundam next to Ava Unit 1 TV version from Kotobukiya. And what I think is the most important comparison is the Justice next to the Infinite Justice. It's just amazing how far Gunpla has just come in 10 years. From color separation to scale to detail, the Justice is everything that Infinite Justice wants to be. It definitely is the best Afrin suit out there today. If you built the Freedom 2.0 or the Providence, the Justice Gundam will definitely complement the SEED Final Boss collection of sorts here. Justice Gundam is a Gundam that will give you everything you want from posability, detail, and articulation. One bonus that I might have glossed over here is that the action base that you've seen in this review actually comes with the kit. You don't have to buy your own separate action base. Not only that, but it's the action base that has been the new one that came out with the Wing Gundam Fenice and the first runs of Barbatos Lupus Rex and Gundam Bale. I just wish it would come out as a regular release, but I'm happy that they added the action base, not a display base like they did with Freedom 2.0. That being said, if you've built this, either one of the two, then you've already built it in terms of detailing and build. It's very similar to each of the other two, and if you're building them back to back, you might get a little sick of it. But I do think Justice can stand on its own. In building Justice Gundam is that Bandai has yet to address the issue that it has with the legs. Honestly, I haven't faced it, but I know a lot of builders have, and it can be very frustrating. And it just seems that Bandai has decided to ignore complaints and just stick with it out of engineering or cost effectiveness, which I don't think should be the case. Finally, all I'm going to say is don't be surprised in the next 2 years if we get a 2.0 of the Strike Freedom, Infinite Justice, or Destiny Gundam. Maybe even a Legends Gundam, because this definitely shows that SEED is still popular and they still want to make SEED Master Grade. So, this is a great kit, and you'll probably love it if you already bought the first two. This is 101 R Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!